Anybody been down to watch? No.
Have you guys been there?
Yeah, I was there for the dedication when they dedicated in '82, and I was there '80. I've been there a lot, but because nobody ever said to us, "Thank you for serving." Nobody ever said to us when we came back. I mean, you know, it was like I said. I mean, there was guys at the airports. There was people spitting on soldiers and sailors and Marines, and there was people, you know, getting in your face and stuff, just daring you to do something. And so, in 1982, when they dedicated this wall, it brought the Vietnam veteran, and they actually said, "Welcome home." I mean, so the war ended in '75, so that was 7 years. But it took a lot longer for a lot of people to recognize that, you know what, that you did, it was honorable service, you know. Even though what happened, they know that there wasn't the soldiers' fault that what happened in Vietnam. We did what we were told to do. And you can't run a war from the Oval Office and just point to stuff and say, here's what we're going to do. And that's what I was afraid of. A lot of people were afraid of with this war, that, you know, when he went in there, you know, that they were going to do that. But it took a long time. And the guys coming back today, and the girls, I keep forgetting, the men and women coming back today, when they come back, there's people at the airport with signs saying, "Welcome home." And
we have a room that we
just
built
have
at the airport
for guys coming in and out of Albany.
Just for them.
Just for them, a place to crash and stuff. Well, we came home. We came home by yourself. You know, I mean, I got to New York City. It was like, you know, and I couldn't get to Albany because I missed the last flight. So here I come, you know, halfway around the world. I could go 150 miles. I couldn't rent a car because I was only 20. So I was stuck in New York City overnight waiting for the next day to get home. And it was weird. I mean, nobody ever, hey, guy, where you going? I'm, oh, yeah, come on, I'll give you a ride home. You kidding?
Well,
but
now,
and nobody said they want to be a Vietnam vet. I mean, nobody wanted to be a Vietnam vet. Now everybody wants to be a Vietnam vet.
And it's like Joe said, I mean, when I came through Travis Air Force Base, San Francisco Airport, I was met by about 250 protesters from Berkeley College. They were all there, you know, calling me, you know, everything from a baby killer to, you know, all this kind of stuff, you know. Who'd you kill, you know, this morning, all this kind of, you know, you want to kill these people, you know. But they rush, they, you know, get you through the line and everything, so you know, quickly, so nothing, you know, so there's nothing going to happen. But when you're back then, when you flew, you went military standby. Military standby was fine, it was fairly cheap, but if a civilian or an officer wanted to be seen on that plane, you're out. And you wait for the next one to come in, which could be a day, 2 days later. So I spent 2 nights in San Francisco Airport, sleeping on my duffel bag in the corner, you know, waiting for a flight out of there because I kept getting bumped off of my plane, off of the flight, you know. So it's changed a whole lot, you know, since then, you know, and that's a good thing. And I had to feel that somehow, I think a lot of the Vietnam vets were responsible for the way things are now, to make it better, you know, as it should be for us, you know, men and women coming back today. So, has anybody got a question?
We talked too much about it.
I know.
We're exhausted. You guys tired
Yes.
out?
Yeah, how was the food over there?
The food
Sucked. Oh, yes, this is
here. Why don't you
Bobby didn't eat this stuff.
Yeah, I know. Come up
This
here,
is
and
we
I'll
had
show you. Come around here.
we had what they call sea rations.
Right up.
Those are what you guys ate out of?
Yeah, we ate. This is spaghetti with beef and sauce,
I thought you guys were gonna cook.
and this is cinnamon nut roll.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah, and when you open this thing up, there's probably this much grease on the top or fat on the top of it. They had some of the sea rats when we first got were from World War II.
Just left over.
Left over from World War II. But you know, this is sealed. I mean, this is sealed. And this was crackers, cocoa beverage powder in here. It's a B2 unit.
Do you ever
And
just like find wild food
Huh?
in Vietnam to eat?
Pardon?
Do you ever find wild food in Vietnam to eat?
Oh, we didn't eat wild. No.
Bunny rabbits?
No, there's no rabbits over there. But the thing is that we had, so So what he did was, these came in a case of 12, and it was different kinds. There was ham and lima beans. There was turkey loaf.
Turkey loaf, yeah, they had
Chicken
beanie
loaf.
weenies, you know.
But the
and
thing
all that
was,
kind of
what you
stuff. Terrible.
wanted was sometimes you got peaches,
Pound cake.
or what do you call it?
Oh, the fruit cocktail.
Fruit cocktail. So you died for that. But what you used to do, you open the box and you put it down upside down so nobody knew what they were going to get.
You guess?
So you just grab one. And then inside you had, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, buddy. And here you got a 4-pack of cigarettes.
5 if they were non-filters.
Winston, and I probably don't even heard of these anymore. This was my brand. Winston
My
cigarettes.
grandfather's.
So it costs like $10.
No, you know what that
No.
was back then? It was 20 cents a pack.
Right. And we got, every day we got our free ration of cigarettes. They made sure that you got your free
And
ration
then-
of cigarettes every day.
So in here you had sugar, your coffee or cocoa, you had your salt, you had your instant coffee, your matches, so you could start the fire to heat this stuff up. You had what they call a heat pad. Around, you ever see those sternos? Like a stir, you know what a sterno is? Keeps this
Can't heat.
They keep the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, these were little heat pads, they're about this big, and you lit, you started firing, then you put it through. This is cream. And
Steve here is 17.
oh, you got
Okay?
something else too, Chris. Chicken gum, want some gum?
And you know why? You know why they gave you gum?
Because you couldn't brush your teeth all the time. So
Yeah, that's why. It wasn't because they
There's
liked
stuff
you.
in there, that's not freaking anthrax, is it?
Hey, it might be. Anyway, Steve here is 17. And the reason why, this is good, because the reason why Steve has got this on, this is basically what we were. I knew guys in Vietnam who were 17. A lot of them had their parents' permission to join. So this is my flak jacket that I brought back from Vietnam. And the other side of the helmet here, this little package here, is what Joe didn't mention. Some of this stuff, this food, this was 20 years old when we got it. And in each one of these cans, the main meal, whether it was the beef or whether it was the beans and franks or whatever, it had this slick of grease on top about that thick. And no matter how hot it got in Vietnam, it was 120, you know, 120, the humidity, 90 to 100% every day. And so you try to get that, no matter how hot it was, that grease would never melt, so you're trying to get that off there. But anyway, in case you ate too much of that grease or something, they made sure that you got, this was your daily ration of toilet paper, okay? 7 sheets, about this big. Okay? Kind of like newspaper. And so sometimes if that grease didn't agree with you, you had that probably, you know, like next to nothing. You sort of like looking for a banana leaf or something, you know. But this was, it's kind of heavy, right? So, you know, it's about almost 16 pounds. Today, they're a lot better. The flak jackets are a lot better.
Yeah, Kevlar.
You know, this is like a precursor to Kevlar. This is sheets of plastic. They're all compressed together, which makes it feel heavy. But these, a bullet would go right through this. Okay. Today, the Kevlar would stop a bullet, but not these. You know, this was good for stuff like this, the flak that was flying around. You know, if something came and hit you, you know, protect the vital organ, but it wouldn't stop a bullet. You know, think about it and pass this around. Get a sense of what stuff weighed, you know, what stuff felt like. Well, that's a good question, and I'll show you a picture in this book.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? You don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but how are you wounded?
How was I wounded? I was shot in the arm, actually, by a sniper.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
We can't go over 10 minutes.
By the question.